There's only 10 questions. All right. What we're going to do is we have 10 questions here. Now get pens and paper if you want to take part. If you want free beer, you got to have a pen, you got to have paper. I mean, I'm sorry. Come back next week. You got to have pens, you got to have paper. It doesn't matter. Now, I'm going to ask the questions, I'm going to ask them twice. And if you know the answer, write it down, and then correct your own paper, submit it to me, and whoever's the winner is going to get on the guest list for next show and a free beer. Free beer. Oh, free beer. All these guys are going to chip in. All free beer. All these guys are going to chip in and pay for a beer. Oh, okay. I'm not going to say that. All right. Question number 1. Is everybody ready? Question number 1. Which Beatle switched from guitar to bass guitar in early 1961? Which Beatle switched from guitar to bass guitar in early 1961? Don't yell it out! And that might not be right. All right. Everybody, all right, we're moving on to the next question here. In 1962, what Beatles single stalled at number 17 in the UK charts, but was a #1 hit in the US in 1964? What 1962 single stalled at number 17 in the UK charts, but was a #1 hit in the US in 1964? All right, we're moving on.
Whoever shouts them out's going to buy people beers, okay? Whoever's shouting out the answer, you'll buy the beer.
Around. Okay, moving on. Which future Beatle was the first to join John's first band? Which future Beatle was the first to join John's first band? Okay. Everybody got that? Well, it doesn't matter. I'm moving on. What does a male fan shout at the end of the Beatles' first professionally filmed performance? These are all, okay. Let me tell you something. These are all from Beatles Trivial Pursuit. So, these are real questions. What does a male fan shout at the end of the Beatles' first professionally filmed performance? It's in 1962. Next. What character in A Hard Day's Night is constantly described as being very clean? I mean, you guys all have had to see A Hard Day's Night. It's a wonderful movie. Beautiful. I love it. What character in A Hard Day's Night is constantly described as being very clean? And next, this one I'll give you a little more time. Which 4 songs recorded by the Beatles have the word girl in their titles? And I'll give you a hint, one of them was played tonight. Which 4 songs recorded by the Beatles have the word girl in the title? Okay, moving on. What song on the UK Rubber Soul has Ringo singing lead? Rubber Soul, a seminal album. What song on the UK Rubber Soul has Ringo singing lead? Alright. What Beatles hit single from 1963 is missing from the #1 album? The #1 album is an album of all #1 Beatles hits, and this song is missing from it. It's from 1963. Okay. And here's another one more. Who joined John's band, the Quarrymen, on bass guitar in early 1960, even though he was not a musician? Who joined John's band, the Quarrymen, on bass guitar in early 1960, even though he was not a musician? A hint, he was an art student. He was an art student. Was that 9 or was that 10, everybody? Because I'm not keeping track of here.
It was 9.
It was 9? Okay, we got one more. All right. What single by Paul McCartney and Wings was named after Paul's Land Rover? Came out in 1973. What single by Paul McCartney and Wings, now this is post-Beatles, but it still applies, was named after Paul's Land Rover? All right. So, answer the questions. I'll give you, I don't know, a few minutes, 10 minutes, and then I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to read the answers. And you're going to correct them yourselves. This is going to be the honor system now. Now, nobody try to get a free beer out of these guys, because they ain't playing music for you. So I don't want you stealing from them. And we'll go over the answers, and you guys are going to love them.